What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about TAR's AI today, TAI. Hit that like button, subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 14th of July, and here we are, about 7 hours, 42 minutes left in the day, sitting here at 8.1 cents now, down 3%. What gives, TARS? Everything else is pumping. Why are you chilling? It's okay. It's okay that it's chilling, man. It doesn't need to pump right now. Everything takes its turn. When TARS takes its turn, it's going to take its turn well, right? This last pump that you had from a low to a high, that was a nice little 6.5x move right there. I would assume you see something of a very similar magnitude by the end of the month, if not certainly going into August. And I would think that you're even at new all-time highs going into the end of August here. So you've got a lot of growth to go. This is just more time to accumulate. The fact that you're down 3% today, it's not that big of a deal, but hey, it's a cheaper price to buy at, which is nice. Always a good thing, always good to get a little discount. If we're looking at this here from a relative low to relative high on the fib scale, we did bounce off the 0.5, actually twice bounced off the 0.5, crowding this 236. Typically, if you hit the 236, you would reject, right? But you just really haven't, you've kind of rejected, but you haven't really rejected. You haven't gone, if you were to do this, I think that you would have gone down already, right? But you haven't. So I think you're going to break out here pretty damn soon. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame, the shorter term stuff, and then we'll zoom back out, okay? 1 hour time frame here. Looking at it here, you do have lower lows in the RSI, lower lows in the price. Volume's picking up a little bit as you're moving down, but you know Bitcoin's moving down a little bit right now too, so that's okay, right? If Bitcoin's moving down, you're going to move down. I do think Bitcoin's about to bounce right here, right? We've got prior areas of resistance right there, so it's a very good area to find support. If we go a little bit lower, maybe we go down to like 118.8K, something like that. But looking at the liquidation levels here, guys, the shorts have taken a massive 180, right? The longs were outweighing the shorts, and now the shorts are outweighing the longs. This I was making a video earlier today, and at this exact same price, like 106.9K, it was at like $1.3 billion in liquidations. Now it's 3.4. They've piled on the shorts. Fuel to the fire, guys. Absolute fuel to the fire. Whenever the bulls take back control, all these shorts will have to cover. They'll have to sell their shorts or buy back Bitcoin. That's what, whenever you sell a short, you're buying back Bitcoin. So that's just going to add to the mayhem, let alone the actual snapback in itself, right? Anybody and everybody who's looking at this right now, they're seeing it as an opportunity, a discount. It feels like a very forced move down. It could go lower. Absolutely, it could go lower. I don't want to jinx it or anything like that, but just to be aware, you know, TAR is moving down today. Bitcoin's moving down. I'm not too worried about it, right? By the way, on that note, actually, this daily candle looks fierce right now, guys. Very fierce. That is a big old wick to the upside. We want, hopefully by the end of the day, we want to come up and close that. You don't want to close this here looking like that. That could definitely set us up for some kind of a shakeout tomorrow down to like 116K or lower. I don't believe that we're going to go all the way down to 112K. We won't backtest this area of resistance. We will not backtest the prior all-time high as resistance. A lot of people might think logically to that that's where we're going to go, but Bitcoin doesn't really do that. I mean, if we look back in history, I know this is a TAI video, but just hear me out real quick, right? Here's the all-time high we had for months. We broke out of that. Did we backtest it? Hell no. We did not backtest it. We just ran, right? Here we had a kind of slightly higher high, and we did backtest this, but that's not really, I feel like that's not really fair, honestly. What about this one here? And then that one too, same thing. But whenever we saw new all-time highs last cycle, whenever we broke above 20K, right? We broke above 20K. Did we back test that? No, we didn't. Until the bull cycle came, no, we did not. Whenever we broke above this momentary high that we consolidated at for like a month or so, did we back test that resistance? No. We got close, but no, we did not back test it. So just understand, guys, Bitcoin typically, while it's in a bull phase, while it's in the bull market, which it's in both of those right now, it does not back test its prior all-time highs. Maybe we get a shakeout to 116K, 113K, but we're not going all the way down to 112K. I doubt that we even go to 113K at this point, or below, really below 115. So TAI, on that same note, if Bitcoin were to go down, maybe it goes down a little bit with it, but I'm not too worried about the price here. If anything, you look like you're at an area to find support. 38 minutes left in this 1 hour candle. You're coming up a little bit. Good volume coming down here. But the thing is, too, on that note, you know, of this good volume, that's a lot of volume there, you did break out. But if you have volume like that and you break out, but you don't go anywhere, it doesn't persist, and you just come back up, that's actually a bullish look. That's a fake out right there is what that is, right? You got all this volume, all this momentum behind you. You did the thing. You broke out. Why didn't you break out? Why is the breakout not breaking? Probably because it's a fake out and it's faking, and you're gonna go to the upside, right? Not to the downside. So looking at the 1 hour time frame, skeptically bullish here, but I am bullish nonetheless. Just looking at the price action, I think that you're going to find support here. The RSI is very neutral, not bullish, not bearish, just neutral. I suppose right now it's in a bearish position, but you also could bounce from here. Like, this is an area that you like to bounce from, so I'm not really going to take a stance on the RSI there. Looking at the 4-hour time frame again, looking at this price action, I very much do believe that we are right in an area to find support, right? Lower lows, lower highs, that whole thing. We're in this little wedge. Falling wedges on a move up, they tend to break to the upside, so they're also notorious for fake outs, which is exactly what we're hitting here. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if this 4-hour candle totally reversed what we've seen over the past few hours now. Looking at this on a 4-hour time frame, the RSI is bouncing off the 40. As long as this candle can close green, we have 3 hours, 36 minutes left. So on a 4-hour candle, that's a lot of time. That is definitely a lot of time left. We'll see how it goes. But if you can close this candle green, you're actually set up for a nice bounce in this area. And you do like to bounce in this area. Sometimes a little bit lower, oftentimes even a little bit lower. So again, if you go lower, don't be discouraged. 7.8 cents, 7.6 cents, possible, very possible. But I doubt they go too much lower than that, right? If you went below this low, man, it would be a fake out. It'd be so quick. I really would be surprised at all at this point if we were to even go below 8 cents. I don't think that we will, but if we do, it's okay. The price is not in jeopardy of like redacting back down to these areas and then going all the way to zero. It's not going to crash. I mean, it could. Anything can happen, but I doubt it. Consolidating here between the 382 and the 236, kind of an interesting area to consolidate. Normally, if you find resistance at the 236, you'd reject. If you find support at the 382, you'd pop. You're doing both, and you're not getting anywhere. Again, you've broken out at this point. You've got a breakout, but if it doesn't persist, that breakout turns into a fake out. And a fake out is a very, very bullish kind of circumstance to be in, especially in times like this, you guys. Today, come on now. Today could be the day. I don't know what's going on with my camera, my holder there. I need to get a new one. Today could be the day that TARS really starts to tear, really starts to turn and burn. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we did see some. Why is it doing this? Let me see if I can tighten that up there in the back. That's better? Yeah, that's better. Okay, cool. It wouldn't surprise me if today was the day, and if not today, sometime this week. Absolutely, it's the beginning of the week. It's Monday right now. We got a lot of time left. The RSI on a 4-hour time frame to me does look more bullish than bearish. It is neutral to some degree, but more bullish for sure. And with that, that's a pretty significant time frame. The daily time frame here, you do have lower lows and lower highs in your RSI, right? Lower lows here, lower highs there. You are in a downtrend. We need to break out of this. We need to get a day or two of green price action to break out of this. And once that happens, you'll likely be breaking out of this flag, I guess. I don't know what I call that, a bull flag, maybe to some degree. And when you break out of that, you're moving up higher. When you're moving up higher, guys, we're thinking about breaking out of this range as a whole. And when you do that, you should see some glorious continuation to the upside, right? If we're looking at this on a 3-day time frame, I don't know if this is a flag. I don't know if I would call it a flag. You know what I would call this? I would call this a horizontal channel. It's a very perfect, not like super volatile horizontal channel, but it is very perfect, right? Look at double top, double bottom. Maybe the bottoms are a fake out, and that's kind of your channel there. The top looks appropriate. I don't know. Whatever it might be, this would at least imply some continuation to the upside. And if we're looking at this from a high, all-time high, to the low here that you had, debatably your all-time low. Golden ratio here, resistance, 382 support area. The next area you'd go to would be 25.7 cents to 35 cents. You're at 8.1 cents now. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if we were up here by the end of the month, somewhere up in this area, if not higher. We could find resistance there, come down, and then by the end of August, you're ripping and running, taking new all-time highs. I would think that TARS, TAI, will see prices around $1.14 to $3.30 some point in August. I'm thinking probably closer to that $2 area, just below $2, but time will tell. Don't be discouraged if we only stop at $1.14. $1.14, as minimal as that sounds, whenever talking about $1.14 to $3.30, from the current price, that's still a growth of about like 14x. So that's not bad at all, right? 14x minimum, 43x maximum. I doubt it. Probably something just below $2, like a 22x. I can see that happening, 23x. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.